We live in a world of endless connection, our devices always on, always with us. We scroll, swipe and tap through feeds, feeling part of a vast digital network. But is this constant connection real or just an illusion? Surrounded by digital noise, we may be missing the world right in front of us. We have hundreds of online friends, yet true conversation and real presence are rare. In our hyper-connected world, are we more isolated than ever? Smartphones put a library, a movie theatre and a map in our pockets, tools that have reshaped our lives. We rely on them for everything from work to relationships, barely noticing how dependent we've become. But this convenience comes at a cost. Even when we're together, our attention is fractured. The glowing screens create silent distance, making us present, but not really there. Have we traded real connection for digital comfort? In our quest for connection, have we forgotten how to truly connect? We curate our lives online, but digital interactions lack the depth of face-to-face moments. This documentary, The Great Disconnect, explores how our tools for connection might be driving us further apart. We'll hear stories of loneliness in a crowded, connected world, and ask, what are we gaining and what are we losing? Can we find balance, harnessing technology without sacrificing real relationships? Our days begin and end with screens. Digital life is now the rhythm of our existence. We're always on, always available, our social and professional lives woven into the digital fabric. The benefits are clear: information, opportunity, and connection across distance. But the relentless demand on our attention blurs boundaries and erodes our ability to be present. Have we paused to consider the long-term effects of this new normal? The digital world is engineered to captivate us. Every notification, every like a tiny reward. Online, we can curate our identities and escape the messiness of real life. The more we engage, the more the system learns to keep us scrolling, creating a comfortable echo chamber. This cycle makes it hard to disconnect, blurring the line between tool and addiction. Are we in control or are we being controlled? Despite the challenges, digital tools have transformed lives, connecting the isolated, empowering the marginalized, and nurturing relationships across distance. Technology enables collaboration, creativity, and access to information on a global scale. We can manage daily life with a tap, saving time and energy for what matters most. The digital age has delivered real progress and opportunity for billions. The question remains, how do we embrace these benefits without losing what makes us truly human? We are more connected than ever, yet we can feel utterly alone in a crowded room. This is the great paradox of our digital age. Consider a couple dining in a restaurant. The table is set, the food arrives, but their attention is not on each other. Instead, their faces are illuminated by the cool blue glow of their smartphones. They're physically together, sharing the same space, but their minds are miles apart, lost in separate digital worlds. One might be scrolling through a news feed, the other answering work emails. The opportunity for a shared experience, for a simple human connection, quietly slips away, replaced by a comfortable, insulated silence. This scene is not an exception. It has become a defining image of modern life. This paradox extends beyond romantic relationships into our friendships. Imagine a group of friends gathered on a sofa. They've come together to spend time with one another, yet there's little conversation. Each person is engrossed in their own device. One is watching a video, another is playing a game, a third is texting someone who is not in the room. Laughter might erupt, but it's in response to something on a screen, not a shared joke. The room is filled with people, but the communal energy is fractured. They're together alone, occupying the same physical coordinates but inhabiting different psychological spaces. The very tools meant to foster community are instead creating invisible walls between them. The phenomenon also profoundly affects the parent-child relationship. A child tries to show their parent a drawing, their face full of pride and excitement. But the parent's gaze is fixed on a screen. Their response a distracted, "Uh-huh," or "that's nice," "honey," without ever looking up. The child's bid for connection and validation is met with a digital barrier. Over time, these small, repeated moments of inattention send a powerful message. The digital world is more important, more compelling than the real world right here. The child learns that their parent's attention is a resource they must compete for, a prize often lost to the allure of the glowing screen. This is the paradox of presence. We can be physically present but mentally absent. Our bodies are in one place, but our minds, our focus, and our emotional energy are elsewhere. We've mastered the art of multitasking, of being in two places at once, but this comes at a steep cost. We sacrifice the depth of a single focused interaction for the breadth of many shallow ones. We're so busy documenting our lives for an online audience that we forget to actually live them. We capture the moment in a photo but miss the feeling of the moment itself. We're here, but we're not really here at all. Silence used to be a natural part of life. Today we have banished that silence, filling every moment with digital noise. We use our phones everywhere, becoming uncomfortable with stillness. This constant stimulation robs us of introspection, creativity, and connection with our inner selves. This also changes our social interactions. We retreat to our screens, avoiding the natural rhythms of human connection. This phubbing communicates a lack of respect, prioritizing the digital world over the person in front of us. The silence becomes a testament to missed connection. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, built on face-to-face interaction. When we communicate primarily through screens, we lose rich, nuanced data. Our online interactions often take place within echo chambers, designed to show us content that aligns with our beliefs. The nature of online discourse further erodes our capacity for empathy. This decline in empathy has real-world consequences, affecting our ability to resolve conflicts and care for one another. The challenge we face is to consciously practice empathy and seek out different perspectives. Despite having hundreds or even thousands of online friends, many people are experiencing a profound sense of loneliness. This is the ultimate paradox of our hyper-connected world. We have more tools for communication than ever before, yet feelings of social isolation are on the rise, creating what many health experts now call a loneliness epidemic. This isn't just a feeling of sadness. Chronic loneliness is a serious condition linked to negative health outcomes, including depression, anxiety, and even an increased risk of heart disease. We've mistaken the quantity of our connections for the quality, and our well-being is suffering as a result. The nature of online social networks contributes to this problem. We scroll through feeds filled with highlight reels of other people's lives, perfect vacations, happy relationships, and career successes. This curated reality can make our own ordinary, messy lives feel inadequate in comparison. We see everyone else as seemingly happy and connected, which can amplify our own feelings of being left out or alone. Social media can create a powerful illusion of social fulfillment while failing to provide the genuine intimacy and support that we fundamentally need. It offers a constant reminder of the connections we feel we are lacking. This sense of isolation is not limited to being physically alone. It is possible to feel lonely in a crowd, at a party, or even in a marriage. It is a subjective feeling that arises when there is a mismatch between the social connections we desire and the ones we actually have. We might be surrounded by people, but if we don't feel seen, heard, or understood, we feel lonely. Our reliance on superficial, screen-based interactions can leave us feeling deeply disconnected from those right next to us. We are sharing space, but not sharing our true selves, leading to a hollow sense of togetherness that fails to nourish our need for authentic connection. The statistics paint a grim picture. Surveys across many developed nations show that a significant percentage of the population reports feeling lonely on a regular basis. This is particularly true for younger generations, who have grown up with social media as a primary mode of interaction. They may have vast online networks but fewer close, in-person confidants than previous generations. We have built a world that is technologically connected but socially fragmented. The great irony is that in our relentless pursuit of connection through technology, we may have engineered a new and pervasive form of loneliness, one that thrives behind the glow of our ever-present screens. To understand this disconnect, we turn to psychologists, sociologists, and tech ethicists who are sounding an alarm. Dr. Anya Sharma explains our brains aren't wired for this constant stimulation. We evolved for in-person bonding, but the digital world offers a kind of junk food, filling us up without real nourishment. Sociologists point to the erosion of third places where communities are built. Professor Kenji Tanaka notes that as we spend more time online, we spend less time in physical spaces. Tristan Harris likens smartphones to slot machines, stating tech companies are in a race to capture our focus for profit. Experts converge on the point that technology prioritizes engagement over well-being. affecting our mental health and communities. They urge us to be conscious consumers and demand technology that serves human values. Beyond reports and analyses, the most compelling evidence comes from real people. Their stories reveal the personal impact of this digital shift. Maria, a graphic designer with thousands of social media friends, felt incredibly alone on her birthday. Mark, a father, misses the noisy, connected family dinners of his childhood, now replaced by silent meals with everyone on their phones. David, a remote project manager, feels constantly on, blurring the lines between work and life. These personal accounts illustrate a larger trend. The struggle to find balance is universal. People are beginning to sense that something valuable has been lost in the digital flood. They desire something more real. The consensus building among experts and everyday people is that we need to redefine what connection truly means in the 21st century. The digital definition, often measured in followers, likes, and network size, is proving to be insufficient. True human connection, as psychology professor Sherry Turkle has long argued, is built on vulnerability, empathy, and undivided attention. It requires us to be fully present for one another, to listen without distraction, and to allow for the messy, unedited flow of real conversation. It is about the quality of our interactions, not the quantity of our contacts. This redefinition moves us away from a metric-based understanding toward a more human-centered one. Real-life reports show that this redefinition is already happening from the ground up. We see it in small but significant acts of resistance. A group of friends makes a pact to put their phones in a basket when they go out to dinner. A family institutes a tech-free Sunday to spend quality time together, playing board games or going for a hike. These are conscious choices to prioritize face-to-face interaction over digital distraction. They represent a growing awareness that we have to actively carve out space for real connection, or it will be drowned out by the constant noise of the digital world. These are not anti-technology statements, they are pro-connection choices. Experts are providing frameworks to support this shift. They talk about concepts like digital nutrition, encouraging us to think about our information diet just as we think about our food diet. Are we consuming high-quality content that enriches our lives? Or are we binging on digital junk food that leaves us feeling empty and anxious? They propose practicing solitude, not as a punishment, but as a vital skill for self-discovery and mental clarity. By learning to be comfortable with being alone, we can be more intentional and present when we choose to be with others. It is about using technology as a tool, not letting it become a tyrant. Ultimately, redefining connection is about reclaiming our attention. It is the understanding that our focus is our most valuable resource, and where we place it determines the quality of our lives. The reports from both experts and individuals suggest a turning point. After more than a decade of enthusiastic and often uncritical adoption of digital technologies, we are beginning to have a more mature and nuanced conversation about their place in our lives. The new definition of connection is not about logging off completely, but about logging on with intention and purpose. And most importantly, knowing when to log off and look up, to connect with the world and the people right in front of us. The decision to disconnect can feel radical. It means pushing back against social norms and the fear of missing out. Sarah, a marketing manager, decided to delete her social media. Her story is one of anxiety followed by relief. At first, she felt a phantom limb. Leo, a college student, took a 1-month digital detox. "My friends thought I was crazy," he says. "The courage came from realizing my mental health was more important." The initial anxiety faded, replaced by calm. "The world didn't end," Sarah continues. "In fact, my world got bigger." The fear of disconnecting is often greater than the reality of it. It is the courage to choose quality over quantity, depth over breadth. It is the brave choice to step out of the digital current. Disconnecting can reveal the richness of the analog world. This world engages all senses, moving at a human pace. One family implemented a phone-free weekend. Initial resistance gave way to rediscovering simple pleasures. It's about finding joy in screen-free activities, like holding a book or painting. Chloe realized how much they'd outsourced leisure to technology. Putting phones away meant actually talking. The analog world leads to a renewed appreciation for nature. David, on a technology-free hike, found the lack of signal unnerving at first. The constant anxiety was replaced by peace. It's about rebalancing our sensory inputs. The analog world invites a slower, immersive focus. People rediscover satisfaction in creating, exploring, and connecting. It's a joyful discovery of life beyond the screen. The ultimate reward for those who choose to disconnect is the profound joy of being truly present. This is giving your full, undivided attention to the moment you are in. It is about tasting your food, listening to your friend, and feeling the sun on your skin without distractions. When our focus isn't fractured, our experiences become richer. Sarah recalls going to a concert after quitting social media, and for the first time in years, she didn't take a single photo or video. She just watched the band, listened to the music, and felt the energy of the crowd. She was actually there. She didn't just document it, she lived it. Being present also transforms our relationships. When we offer someone our undivided attention, we are giving them a powerful gift. They gain a quieter mind, richer experiences, and deeper connections with the people they love. They find the simple, profound joy of being present in their own lives. How can we find a sustainable balance with technology? The answer lies in a more conscious and intentional approach. This is the core idea behind digital minimalism, simplifying our digital lives. One solution is creating tech-free zones. At home, this might mean no devices at the dinner table or in bedrooms. Schools are banning phones to improve focus and encourage interaction. Conscious tech use means turning off non-essential notifications. These small steps can have a profound impact. Ultimately, these solutions are about reclaiming our autonomy and attention. We can begin to forge a new path, enjoying the benefits of connection, without sacrificing being present and connected to what matters most. We stand at a crossroads in our relationship with technology. We have journeyed through the dazzling, hyper-connected world it offers and explored its shadows, the quiet loneliness, the erosion of empathy, and the fracturing of our attention. The Great Disconnect is about how we have allowed it to reshape our lives, often without our conscious consent. The path forward is a thoughtful advance into a more human-centered future, where we are the masters of our tools. This documentary is an invitation to stop, to take a breath, and to reflect on what connection truly means. Our deepest human need is for authentic, present connection, found in shared laughter and comforting touch. The choice is ours to make. To put the phone down, to seek out silence. They are quiet affirmations of what we value most, our relationships, our peace of mind, and our presence in the one life we have. If this has made you look up from your screen, then our purpose has been achieved. The hope is to reconnect with what truly matters most, the joyful experience of genuine human connection.